So if you're coming into this video completely oblivious as to what King of the Ark is, or KOTA as we call it, it is a mod for Ark on PC. It's a PvP mod, just a giant free-for-all, where instead of making stuff and taming loads of dinos, it's just all about the most fun thing for a lot of us in Ark, which is the infantry or ground-based PvP. Just one big free-for-all where all of the loot is placed throughout the map. So you pick up the loot off of the ground. As you progress, as you get to a higher level, you can unlock better loot, which is placed higher up the map. And eventually the idea is to become king. Whoever is top of the leaderboard is the king. So I can take a look right here, just have a little turn around, and you can see the leaderboard here. So on these leaderboards that are placed throughout the map, you'll be able to see who is the king of the Ark, and whoever is king gets a big fanfare. It pops up for everyone, and you'll be able to see in the top right hand corner. Now, because I'm the only person on the server right now, you can see in the top right hand corner, I am king and I am level 1. Obviously I'm getting passive XP just for hanging around, and you will get passive XP for staying alive. So how do you level up in this game, considering there is no crafting? Well, you can level up mainly by killing people. That's the name of the game. You actually steal XP from the people you kill. So the higher level the person you killed was, the more XP you're going to get, which is going to increase your level. You can see here, if I look in my inventory, we actually have some base stats here. 150 health, 120 movement speed, but as you can see, the movement speed goes up much less than on official, and even the health, I think, weight goes up by 5 instead of 10. And also you can see here, you don't actually get anything when you unlock. So there's no crafting whatsoever, although there are some things you can do that kind of revolve around that we'll go into in a second. So you will spawn on the south. If we look at the map here, you will spawn in one of 4 zones on the south. Now, if you die, you actually get set back to the south again, and you lose half of your XP. So at the moment, oh, this is actually a survivor reveal. It's one of the events. So every 10 minutes, this will pop up showing where everyone is. This only lasts 10 seconds at the moment. We're thinking of making it last a little bit longer, but it's just something to get the gameplay a little bit more fast paced, because obviously the island can be a big place and you want to know if there's people around you. So as I was saying, you will spawn, currently when you respawn, you have half of your XP back and you spawn back in the south. We might be changing that though, so it's not like completely important. The important thing is you want to be up as high up the leaderboard as possible so that you can be the king of the Ark. Now, to add more to that than just enjoying the PvP and trying to be number 1 on the server and increasing your level, we are planning on having an elo system which is run through the website. So an elo system is similar to how in CSGO you get all the different ranks from silver all the way up to global elite. In our game, if you keep playing, you will be assigned a rank, and this will be determined on your kills, how many times you've been king, how well you've been doing generally. So you might not be top of the leaderboard right now, but if you are a good player, you will be one of the top ranks and you'll be able to show that. We do plan on inviting the best players to tournaments and stuff like that. Now, we are thinking of some timed game modes and whatever, but for now we just want people to enjoy this mode as it is and see how much fun people can have with it, and then go from there. So you might be thinking, Jay, it's kind of annoying getting loot. Is there loads of loot around? There is, of course, absolutely loads of loot around. I'll just run around with my dude here so you'll be able to see the kind of things we have around. I know because I actually placed the loot boxes myself. For instance, here we go. There is some loot on here normally. Now, this means that it's not here yet. This is because I only just started the server and it takes up to half an hour for all the loot to spawn in. But these kinds of things are all over the place. Just down the beach here, I found one that is ready to go. So these are the white drops. These ones are available to everyone when they spawn in, and I'll just take this, seeing it's on 10, to make sure it doesn't disappear. So now I've taken that between 5 minutes and half an hour. Actually, I think it might be 1 minute and half an hour. That will spawn back again. So let's take a little look what's in the white drop. The white drops at the moment are containing 1 set of hired gear, as well as a bow and some these things are extras like blood packs and whatever. These won't, what I've got here won't be in every single drop, but it gives you the kind of idea of what you can expect to have in the drop straight away. So you spawn in, you should be able to find a drop of that quality, and you can kill some dinos for XP, although we are thinking of taking out dino XP. But obviously the idea is you grab some stuff, you start trying to kill people, and then obviously if you kill a few people, you'll get to the next level, level 10, where you'll be able to unlock the slightly better gear, which is more north. So now my character is level 10, I can open the green drops. As you can see, we're just a little bit further north here, and we've got the green drop. So this is the next tier of gear. How quickly you're going to be able to get to this tier of gear is dependent on the XP rate we have on the server, as well as how many people you've been able to kill so far. We estimate that after getting 2 or 3 kills, you should be able to get to the next tier. So here you can see we've got green drops, and in here is where we start to get the kiting. So in the green drops, you're going to find kiting, you're going to find primitive crossbows, and obviously you can see here we've got pikes as well. So a slight upgrade from where you were before, and this is actually where you'll start to see a few med brews as well. Now, as well as the drops on the ground, obviously we have the normal beacons around as well, and these are just exactly the same as the ones that are on the ground for now. The only difference being that in the ringed drops, you will get the tier above. So if this was a green ringed drop, it would actually have the stuff in that would be in a regular blue drop. If I open this, you can see again it's similar stuff, but this is more, well actually this is a really nice one. We've got bonus stuff in here, pistols, ammo. At the moment, things are a little bit on the generous side for loot, I'd have to say. But we wanted to start off being generous rather than not giving enough, because we felt like let's get people having fun, and if they can't carry everything they can just drop it and so on. So although there is quite a lot of loot, I'm actually going to show you now what you can do if you do have like a bit of extra loot and you're not sure what you want to do with it. Now, we have implemented some taming into this, although taming isn't really the focus. We've kind of added it in case it's something people want to do, and there are some advantages. At the moment, you can only have 1 dino at a time. Also, the dinos are pretty low level, as you can see here. I think it's like level 30 max dino, something like that. And the only dinos you can tame are dinos that you can shoot off of while riding. So things like a parasaur, like a raptor, and even a thylaco. Now, another thing, oh god, I have to take care of this. Another thing is that they do no damage. The dinos you tame do no damage to players. Of course, these things are going to be annoying me, so I want to show you this. So they can just be used as pack mules or as transportation. So let me just equip this again. I've actually got this equipped with the veggie kibble. So I should be able to just shoot at this parasaur, and that has tamed off of 1 kibble. And then once you've got it, you can just ride it. You have that, and obviously you can go around on this if you want. Obviously there's no saddle on it right now, so it does look a little bit weird, but it's basically just like admin taming, and you can actually use these to store stuff in if you want. Now when you tame another thing, I'm not sure if I can tame this. Let me have a look. Phiomias? No, we haven't done Phiomias, and you can tell actually by right clicking and looking at it, and it says not tameable when you actually look at it. So things you can tame, you can tell by doing it that way. Now we are thinking of putting these kibbles. As you can see, I've got veggie kibble in here, which is this one, and this meaty kibble for the carnivores. We are thinking of putting that inside the drops and giving you a few when you start, because you can make them, but we found that people find that whole process a little bit tedious. So if you do have too much gear, there's some things you can do with it. These stations are throughout the map here. We've got one of these on each obelisk, as well as about 3 or 4 in each different zone. This is the basic one. It functions exactly the same as the other ones. The only difference being that in the more basic ones, which are the wooden ones in the south, they're going to do things a little bit more slowly. So in here you've got 3 types of utility, I guess. You've got the campfires, which you use to smelt your items, your spare stuff. Use the mortar and pestle to actually grind up the gems that you get from smelting your stuff, and use the smithy to repair your gear. Now, if you want to take a risk and you've got some spare gear, feel free to throw it in the smithy and then come back for it, but obviously these are public. So why would you want to smelt your stuff? Well, when you smelt your items, and obviously the better of the item, the more stuff you're going to get. So let's put in some of that in there and just turn that on. Say we've got spare chests, pieces we don't want or anything. There's a survivor reveal again. Don't worry about that sound. And then let's put some stuff into this campfire as well. All right, spare items that we don't really need, but getting what we're going to get from them would be a cool idea. Now you do have to stay within range of these things. If you go too far away, they actually turn off. So let's actually see how far away that is. quite far actually. Oh, you can see that one's turned off. Oh no. Oh yeah, and then that one turned off. Yeah, if we go back here, you can see these ones turned off. So you have to stay within range for these to happen. So you are putting yourself in danger doing this, but this is going to allow you to not only have another way of getting XP, but it's going to allow you to repair your stuff. So if we put, say, this in here, you can see to repair it is 1 lacto gem. Now these gems are only gotten by smelting your stuff. So if I wanted to repair this, I'd have to use one of my lacto gems and do it that way. Now you are going to see from when I'm smelting this stuff that this is going to give us lacto gems. Once you get these lacto gems, you can smelt them into lacto dust. So let's just put some of our lacto gems in there. Go to gems and we can convert these into lacto dust. Oh, you need 64 to make one. So let's wait a little longer. Actually, we should... Okay, we're going to need a few more. But basically, once you've got enough lacto gems, you can smelt this into lacto dust. Once that is crafted, it will give you this lacto dust, which is here. Now, it actually says on it, a delicious biotech seasoning made of shattered lacto gems. Consumption provides small experience increases. Cook it with berries or meat to create special kibbles. So you need this plus to actually make the kibbles. But also, you can just consume this. And if we have a look at my XP, let's just bump that up. I'm not sure why I've got 500 XP. Oh, it's because I've got creative mode on. But anyway, you can see I've got 869 here. I can consume that, and I've been bumped up all the way to like 3000. Now, we do have the XP on super high at the moment, so you won't get that in the regular version. That's got to be balanced a little bit, I think. But basically, if you do have extra gear that you get off of people or things you don't need, you can come to these stations, grind it up, and get your XP that way, and that can help you level. So the way the game is currently balanced, of course this is subject to change, is that the higher level you get, the further north you're going to want to go, because not only do you have access to the better crafting stations, but you have access to the better loot. So the further south to north, very, very simple way of doing it. So let's just take a look here at, for example, an area in the north. Now, if you were wondering, and I don't think we've always mentioned this, so it's something you might be interested in knowing, is that if you're not sure where to find a beacon, they are actually placed also every place where you'd find an XP note or a dino dossier in the normal game. So if we look over here as well, there should be one over here. Yeah, and here you can see. Now, these ones are red, which is the best one, because obviously this is a location which is super far north. And if we have a look here, you can see this is another one of our crafting stations. But inside here, we actually have higher tier stuff. So all this stuff does the same things that the stuff did in the first one that we saw, but it just does it a lot faster. So another reason to go up north. And obviously you would think that up north would be more people with a higher level, which would mean higher XP for killing them, which would mean more chance of becoming the king. So that's it for this video, guys. To stay up to date with all things King of the Ark, make sure you have joined the Discord channel, which is linked in the description below.